With the release of F1 24 less than a week away, I've decided to rank every single F1 game made by Codemasters. Technically, I could do a video essay type video, but RaceVic made a really good one already and nothing can top that video. I've actually done a tier list video before, but I've deleted that since. It's very bad. So here we are, we have every single F1 game. Why are there two versions of F1 2019? I didn't make this tier list, I'll just leave it in the link in the description. I'm not gonna go chronological, I'm just gonna rank games that make sense to rank them with each other. I'll do F1 Race Stars first. I'm gonna be realistic here. I know a lot of people joke that this is the S tier game. I think it's an A tier game because I have fun with F1 Race Stars and I did make a video on that. It did pretty well. And when I'm not recording videos, I play a lot of NBA 2K, FIFA, Minecraft, and F1 Race Stars. So yeah, F1 Race Stars definitely A tier for me. It's just a game where you can have fun and relax with, so that's why it's an A tier in my opinion. Next, F1 2009, I think it is a C tier game. I don't see myself at home playing it, but I can see myself in public transport playing it. Like, you know, you're on the train and you get some headphones and then you play F1 2009, and now that the PSP emulator's on the App Store, and I can just download F1 2009 and enjoy it on a flight. But I don't see myself playing it at home, and yeah, a shame that they didn't make F1 2009 on a console or PC, because it would have been fun to drive the 2009 cars in like the F1 2010 to 2013 style games. But there is a mod for that on F1 2020. I'm not sure if you have to pay for it or not though. So yeah, F1 2009 C tier. Next, F1 2015, because I skipped F1 2014 back in the day, and the first F1 game I had for my PS4 was F1 2015. I still have the CD. So yeah, I do have a lot of fond memories with this. I think it's the most realistic looking F1 game apart from the face scans, how the lighting looks and how it reflects off the cars. And at the start you can actually see there's like these heat waves coming from the back of the exhaust. That's realistic. I haven't seen an F1 game with that since. F1 2015, I'm gonna put it in the E tier. It's an okay game. The handling as well. The handling is way better than F1 2014, a massive step up. The car feels loose. It's how the 2014 to 2016 cars are supposed to feel. So yeah, E tier. I think it would be a B tier game if it didn't have a billion bugs.
So we're here in Bahrain, we're second out of 20, which is even better than usual because we're in the McLaren Honda, so it's all going swimmingly. And what on earth is going on?
And if it wasn't so boring. And its big brother, F1 2016, for me, it's going to the B tier. Now, F1 2016 is what F1 2015 should have been, and F1 2014 is basically what F1 2015 should have been. That's why they included the 2014 cars. But F1 2016, it added formation laps, safety cars, even though there were safety cars before. They just added it. They just removed it in 2015 for some reason. Manual starts, that was the first in the F1 games, and an in-depth career mode with R&D. I think it revolutionized career modes in racing games. I genuinely think the F1 games still have the best career modes. There's nothing that comes close to it, but maybe GT7 has it, but I never played the Gran Turismo games since my PS4 died. There were no transfers. You would have to wait until 2019 for transfers. But stuff like the formation lap and the manual starts has already been done in R Factor 1 and R Factor 2. So it wasn't really revolutionary at the time, but it was still a good game. It looks a bit worse than F1 2015, I will say. Okay, so I've been to like 7 Singapore Grand Prix before, and they're all at night. And F1 2015 is to me how night races are supposed to look, not like what we have in 2016. I mean, yeah, practice here is in the day too. My opinion stands for both day and night. But 2016 just looks a bit more cartoonish. This might sound weird, but I do prefer the handling in F1 2015 much more than 2016. And I actually do prefer playing F1 2016 with a controller over than a wheel. So yeah, so there are some things that ruin F1 2016 for me, but overall, still a good game with not that much replay value. It's like anything below C tier has like 0 replay value. Next, I will do F1 2011. I think it's a C tier or a D tier. I don't think it's worse than 2009. F1 2011 has a few weird handling stuff, primarily on the wheel. If you just do a lock-to-lock steering, you're gonna be fast. But it doesn't matter for me because I was like 4 when I played this game. Weird thing with the braking where even though you have ABS on, if you brake, you go in a straight line even though if you turn, so it's basically like you're locking up, so ABS is useless in this game. And the graphics look super flat. The colors more vibrant than 2010, the lighting flatter than F1 2010. So it goes in the C tier. Speaking on F1 2010, our first S tier. I have a lot to thank F1 2010 for. It was the game that basically skyrocketed my YouTube channel, and it's also the first video game I ever played. I'm not sure if it's 2010 or R Factor 1. I will never know, I guess. But yeah, still amazing. I had the Games for Windows Live CD of this, but I lost it. Oh well. The handling in the game is an acquired taste. There are some people who will despise it, and there's some people who love it. And I love the handling in F1 2010. I know I'm weird. The setting of the game, the main menu, peak. I think it's the best main menu on any F1 game ever. Nothing has come close to that since. And also the sounds are brilliant. So F1 2010, definitely S tier, although the AI in F1 2010 are insufferable. Next, I'll do F1 22 and 23. I'll rank them at the same time, because I feel like they're the exact same game. I'm gonna do some adjustment. I'll just put these in D tier, because I don't think they're better than F1 22 and 23. So I'll put F1 22 and 23 in the C tier. I know many people find F1 22 the worst thing in existence, but it's not that bad. Probably because I played that game for way too long, since I was doing the career mode series for way too long. I feel like they best represent the modern cars, since in F1 23, they feel light and nimble for some reason, but in F1 22, they do feel heavy going through the corners, so I hope F1 24 fixes that. Grip wise, yeah, horrible. The grip is horrible in the game. The tires heat up really quickly, and when you exceed 105 degrees on the rear tires, you're just gonna spin every single time. F1 22 introduced the manual formation laps where you have to decide your grid spot, and it also made the pit stop timing thing. It should have been done a long time ago. It should have been done way back in F1 2016. And you could also do that on R Factor 1 and R Factor 2. So F1 22 and 23 are at the C tier. Graphically, I prefer F1 22 as well than 23. It looks more believable. F1 23 suffers from the yellow tint you see when you watch a movie, right? And then it's set in Mexico. F1 23 looks like that. Next, F1 2012. Another S tier game in my opinion. So F1 2012 is in the S tier, and F1 2013, I'll put it a tier below. It could be a controversial opinion, but I feel like F1 2012 has the handling better. It's more of a challenge than F1 2013. F1 2013, I just feel like the car is stuck to the ground, like it's glued to the ground. And in wet weather, it's really grippy somehow. I don't know why. Like, I played in the Recreating Sebastian Vettel Magic video that I made, but I privated it because I thought it was really bad. In the wet, the car felt like it was stuck to the ground. I don't know why it's like that. It's wet. It's supposed to feel slippery and sliding off every single time, but it felt like it stuck to the ground. F1 2012, however, doesn't really suffer from that. So that's why I'll give F1 2012 the slight edge over F1 2013. I know F1 2013 had classic cars, but whatever. Champions mode is better than classic cars. F1 2014. Easy F tier. Where else are you going to put F1 2014? The base game, that is. Because I know recently F1 2014 has this revival because people are modding the game, and it's actually making it playable. Like, I played the F1 2004 mod, which it's amazing. The cars feel much better than they do on the regular F1 2014. They feel a bit too grippy for back then, but those cars were driven with traction control anyways, and they're way more enjoyable with mods. So if you have F1 2014 on PC or console, try them with mods. And I have to mention this so that those F1 2014 players won't get pissed off. F1 2019, another video that I made recently. I think it's an A tier. A lot of people put this game at S tier because it's the first F1 game that introduced driver transfers, but just learn how to mod. Unless you're on console, then you don't learn how to mod. You can't mod in console. In the special edition, it had like some scenarios with Senna and Prost, but I never used it. And the classic cars were great. It added the Ferrari F10. Those are some of my favorite classic cars to drive. The first F1 game with F2 cars, great addition to the game. And the sort of story mode element for like the F2 mini games, it's quite fun. But the thing that doesn't make this game S tier is the handling. It's really slidey for some reason, even though these cars aren't supposed to be slidey at all. So yeah, that's the only thing that suffers in this game, is the handling. But other than that, it's a brilliant game. F1 2017, I made a video on this recently. I'll put it in the A tier as well. I think the handling is much better than on F1 2016. Because they feel planted to the ground. Okay, to be fair, the 2017 cars are easier to drive than the 2016 cars because they have the same engines with more downforce. The 2016 cars had the same engines with less downforce, and they're sliding all the time. They're losing the back end all the time because the power deficit is way too much. The career mode in 2017 is better. The paddock vibe in the career mode in F1 2017 is underrated. Why don't people talk about it? The return of classic cars after 4 years. And I think they're pretty well done, but nothing will do it better than F1 2013. And also the R&D tree in career mode. Yeah, great stuff. F1 2017 had a tier above F1 2016. And there's not an ugly car inside in 2017. Not a single ugly car. I'll do F1 2021 next, and I'll put this as well at the A tier. So in F1 2021, I think the graphics were at its best. I can't put my finger on it. Love wet weather on F1 2021 as well. I remember I did a career mode race, and I was able to do inters from start to finish at Silverstone. So that was fun to do. And also the heads-up display looks great on F1 2021. But it's not as good as F1 2020, which most people consider to be the greatest F1 game of all time, rightfully so. The first game with my team, the last game with classic cars. I don't know why they removed it. They added Michael Schumacher's legendary cars like the Benetton in the game. And it's also the fastest F1 cars have ever been. So that's why it feels much grippier than F1 2021. It's supposed to be grippier because there are a few regulation changes to sort of halt Mercedes. And I don't think we'll get another game with the same capabilities as F1 2020. It was just that good. It is also the first game to introduce the overtake button, and that was a great addition as well. Overall, just a really fun game to drive in as well. So yeah, F1 2020, great game. F1 2021, just a minor step below. I think if it had classic cars, it will probably be in the S tier. And there was even a teased image of the F 2012 in F1 2021. I don't know what happened to that. And the last game we're gonna rank is F1 2018. Unpopular opinion, S tier. I even mentioned it in my F1 2018 video. Best driving experience. I think the second most realistic looking F1 game behind F1 2015. Amazing to drive on a wheel on a controller. It's a bit whack. Career mode a bit bland as well, but learn how to mod. Classic cars, the introduction of the BGP 001 as well as the 2003 Williams, I believe. Brilliant game. You can change my opinion. F1 2018 is the most underrated F1 game in the entire series. So that will do it for this tier list. It was fun making this. It'll be fun if you guys do this tier list as well and then message me on Twitter and I'll judge you. Or you can judge me for this. I know a lot of people will probably disagree with this list. And I can't wait for the release of F1 24. I know a lot of people are saying it will probably be the same as F1 23. But the career mode looks promising, and I'll probably end my F1 23 career mode if the F1 24 career mode is like 10 times better. But that will do it for today. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe so this video gets reach and I can afford buying Subway for my lunch every day. And goodbye.